Suzanne Monk, host of the original live Periscope cast all about Donald J. Trump. I say original because actually people started copying us now. They all have their own little talk shows. None of them are Trump Talk, which is where we go over all the news, talk about what the media is saying, what the media shouldn't be saying. They have lost their minds. So, how's it going, everybody? Hey, Ronald, good to see you. As I was mentioning before, it froze up. Periscope likes to freeze up. I don't think they like, hey, Deb. I don't think they like our guy here. But we're going to still use their media. We're going to use social media everywhere we can, even if they don't like it, to elect Donald Trump. We do it on Facebook, and they put us in Facebook jail for saying Trump things. And then we get out, and we post more Trump, because that's how we roll. Boom. So, I was talking about the three speeches. Three great teleprompter speeches. Everyone's always talking about, yeah, so many problems in the pro-Trump scopes. Exactly. Everyone's always talking about Donald Trump isn't staying on message. Donald Trump isn't keeping specifics. Donald Trump isn't laying out plans. Well, you should have listened to the last three speeches. Economy, foreign policy, law and order. Absolutely, absolutely fabulous. You can catch all of those, rsbn.tv. Please take a look at these speeches. These are some of the best speeches Donald Trump has given, and they certainly lay out his plans very clearly, and I think most importantly, define the difference between a Clinton presidency and a Trump presidency. One of the most important things about a Trump presidency is, as we talked about yesterday, certainly ending these occupational wars. I mean, as much as we want to talk about Donald Trump is going to be dangerous, you know what's dangerous? Occupying a bunch of foreign countries all the time. Spending all our money over there, getting involved in quagmires that spend decades of time and treasure and lives. That's dangerous. Donald Trump doesn't have that plan. Donald Trump wants to end occupational wars. Donald Trump wants to defeat terrorism and ask our other allies in NATO and other organizations to live up to their agreements. That seems less dangerous than anything Hillary has put out. Just saying. So, but great speech on the law and order issue. Just outside of Wisconsin, West Bend, Milwaukee, West Bend, Wisconsin. Very, very strong speech talking about law and order. So necessary in today's day and age with all of the violence that's going on and with all of the activism that leads to further violence. Because unfortunately, at this point, law enforcement is being targeted both by criminals and by activists who seek to crush absolutely any action the law enforcement has. Just basically it's terrorizing law enforcement at this point, because any police officer is now afraid to do their job. They're afraid to use force when they need to. They are allowed and required to defend themselves and the public. So when someone pulls a gun on you, you have to use the means necessary, but we are putting law enforcement in a horrible position because of attitudes like the Obama administration has had, where we support activist terrorist groups like Black Lives Matter, who claim to have peaceful protests, but then somehow always those peaceful protests seem to attract the riffraff that stays around and burns down buildings, destroys property, and attacks police. We can't live in a world like this, and we need to live in a world where law and order are respected. And we're not going to have a society without that. So important. Being able to bring back jobs means bringing back law and order. Think of these businesses that got burned down in Milwaukee. Are they going to want to start back up in that neighborhood? No. No, they're not going to want to do that. And that is now less jobs in that neighborhood that we know so desperately, desperately needed those jobs. So, unfortunately, the exact actions that Black Lives Matter claim to be for, Black lives, keep getting thwarted by the actions of Black Lives Matter supporters. And Donald Trump is a candidate he's the only candidate who's talking about that. And he's the only candidate who's not pandering to Black Lives Matter like Hillary Clinton is. Because we all know the only reason she's doing that is because she thinks she needs the black vote to be elected. And she's going to need more than that. She's not going to get it. That's why she's going to lose. So let's talk about those new campaign additions. Everyone wants to talk about the campaign shakeup because Donald Trump is so desperate. that he needs all this help, but we have to change the campaign. No. You evolve the campaign when you see people that you can bring on and you can hire who can help you do a better job than what you're doing now and improve your odds, improve your results. You hire them. That's not a shakeup. That's called responsible business. You guys have not seen anyone responsible enough in a campaign for so long. You've not seen anyone with just basic business sense in a campaign. That these are the lunacies we say. It's desperate. It's shakeup. No. Because you saw stupid people run stupid campaigns in the past where they hire their stupid staff and then they don't do anything but run down the wrong path until it's almost too late. And then at the end of the process, maybe they bring somebody on last minute. Oh, it's a shakeup. Yeah. And a failure. And that's why we got Romney. That's why we got McCain. It goes on like this. So, when you bring on new people, it is because you think they can add to what you're already doing. And so he brought on Steve Bannon, the executive chair of Breitbart, and he is going to be the chief executive of the campaign. Great. Everyone's all upset because you're bringing a street fighter when Trump needs to be more calm and responsible. No, not calm and responsible. That's how we got Romney. That's how we got McCain. Calm and responsible led to 8 years of Obama that we couldn't afford, and now we have worse situation than we had before. That is what calm and responsible got us. Republicans have for too long played the nice card while the Democrats play dirty pool. And we don't do anything about it. We let them insult. We let them use the race card. We let them use the gender card. We let them undermine with all of these direct insults that have nothing to do with policy or position statements. Always. And we sit and put candidates up where they don't want to fight back. They don't want to say the true things. They're afraid that we might insult. They were so upset that we get a candidate who might say the wrong thing because Hillary's a woman and we don't want to offend the women. We'd still be arguing about that if we had Jeb. But we don't have Jeb. Thank the heavens we have Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump, who is a scrapper, who knows he's got to get in there and talk about the real problems with the Hillary Clinton presidency and not be afraid that she has of a JJ and that somebody might get offended because you're talking rough about a woman. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that's good. Is that good? I don't know if that's good. We'll see about that. So, he's also added Kellyanne Conway as the new campaign manager. Paul Manafort retains his campaign chair position. He is still the campaign chairman. We have added a campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway. She worked she worked for Ted Cruz. So, she is definitely good on the ground stuff, and that is definitely someone we need right now. One of the things that the campaign needs to step up its game on is ground offices and getting that ground game go. Because what we see happening is the polls. We'll talk about the polls right now. We'll talk about the polls. Polls are being skewed. Polls are being abused. Polls are being misused to discourage Trump supporters. So we need on the ground support, hitting the doors, hitting the phone calls, knocking on people's doors, doing the real rough and tumble work on the ground that is so important, particularly in the battleground states. And Kellyanne Conway is going to do that. And I find interesting, for somebody who wants to talk about, for people who want to talk about Donald Trump is such a sexist, he hires women all the time. Right here. So, not. Now, we'll talk a little bit about these polls because, as you know, there's a great poll coming out of Indiana. It depends on who is doing the polls. It depends on the methods of the polls. I'm pretty certain the reason we brought in Steve Bannon and we brought in Kellyanne Conway is because what internal polls are showing is not what the national polls are showing. And what we need is a strategy that it takes the information that the Trump campaign is getting, it's a fake drop in the polls. So you can blather about it all you want, but it's a fake drop in the polls. So we've discussed that many times. I'm going to explain to you what's happening next. Or you can type. Waste your time. Doesn't matter to me. Feel free to do whatever. What is happening is the internal polls that Donald Trump is getting from his people aren't matching the polls that we see coming out of the media. So what we need is a campaign manager who understands the difference between those real polls and the fake polls that are being skewed, and how to get that message out. This is why you hire somebody who's good at that. And this is what we've done today. So, Kellyanne Conway, we're going to do some more research on her and on Steve Bannon, but I'm excited to see somebody who is involved with an organization like Breitbart, who has been on board the Trump train since very early on and very, very stable. Interestingly enough, Roger Ailes, who we all know is left Fox News or was kicked out for various situations that are still being sorted out, will be doing some advising on Donald Trump, preparing him for the debates. I don't know what good that's going to do. I'm just reporting you the facts. Frankly, I think Roger Ailes isn't very pro-Trump at all. But we'll see. That's the facts. There you go. Yeah, we're all listening to you. They're listening to me. They don't listen to you. This isn't Cristiano talk. It's Trump talk. So they came here to listen to me talk about Trump, not to listen to you troll. Just saying. So, Donald Trump had his first intelligence briefing today. An excellent meeting with all sorts of advisors, including General Flynn. He did receive a great deal of intelligence. Absolutely great to be at this stage of the campaign, where we are starting to get intelligence briefings. There's been some suspicion that the Democrats would try not to give Donald Trump accurate intelligence. That's not happening. You got great intelligence, and he asked great questions. So, we're going to move forward and see how that goes. Donald Trump is getting all of the pieces in place to become more and more presidential. We all appreciate the teleprompter speeches. I'm sure we're going to get some great rally speeches. We'll talk about that in a minute. What I love about the new campaign additions is they are not going to change Trump. Trump still going to be Trump. So, I actually think that's a great idea. I think we've had this totally wrong idea. Let me just rant about this for a few seconds, and then we'll do the rallies. We'll talk about my Trump reason. We'll get the hotties going. All the things we like. But I just want to rant on this for a minute. Everyone talks so much. Donald Trump isn't on message. Donald Trump needs to be more constricted. Donald Trump needs to act this way more, act that way more, be more like a previous candidate. All of those candidates lost. The people who are advising him to do that supported candidates who lost. They were weak candidates. They weren't. They were actually the best the Republican Party had to offer. They lost. Romney could have won. He chose not to lose. It's not the candidates. It's the strategy. It's the strategy. The strategy of playing the other, we don't play these games. We don't do what the Democrats do. The Democrats do it all the time. And then they get accused and they play this card and that card. You're a racist, you're this, you're that. And we let him do it. We let him gerrymander the districts. We just let him do it. We let him do all these things. So the people who keep telling Trump to do something different, crazy. Because Trump got here by being Trump. So now I want to talk, Chris, maybe this will help you. I want to talk about Gary Johnson. We'll talk about Gary Johnson for a minute. Gary Johnson, when you start looking at all the polls, Gary Johnson actually helps Trump. So I encourage you to vote for Gary Johnson. Any vote not for Hillary Clinton, or any vote for any non-vote. Stay home. That helps Trump. Gary Johnson helps Trump. Jill Stein helps Trump. So as long as you don't vote for Hillary Clinton, you're helping my Trump. So go ahead. I appreciate that. I voted for Gary Johnson in 2012. I don't like this new open borders Gary Johnson who supports the TPP and supports other things that are certainly not libertarian. I don't think he's very libertarian at all. I think he's gotten actually kind of big government and left-leaning. And the candidate who's going to cut regulation in the EPA, do all of these libertarian things I've been waiting to do, legalize medical marijuana, That's Trump, you guys. That's Trump. Not Gary Johnson. And guess what? Gary Johnson, third party candidate, probably not going to win. Probably not even going to get in the debates. But you know who has a chance to win? Donald J. Trump. So, Hillary or Trump. And you guys go ahead and vote your conscience, because any vote not for Hillary, for Trump. So, let's do rallies, you guys. Donald Trump on Thursday, Charlotte, North Carolina, 7:30. Friday, he will be in Diamonddale, Michigan at 3:30 p.m. And Saturday, he will be in Fredericksburg, Virginia at 6 p.m. Mike Pence will be in Manchester, New Hampshire at 2 p.m. on Thursday, tomorrow, because he had his Henderson, Nevada speech today. And if you can't catch those live, if you are not lucky enough to be in a Trump rally, you can catch them on rsbn.tv. They play all of the live stream, all the back rallies. They don't give me any money. They don't even know I exist. But they do a very good job of making sure that you can get the information. So, absolutely, absolutely. If you can go to the rally, get there early, you guys. The lines are long. Make sure you get your tickets online. And let me just tell you, don't bring any liquids. Don't bring anything you can't bring on a plane. Don't bring it to the Trump rally. I know. I've been there. They have the TSA doing security. Why? I don't know. Maybe that's why the lines are so long at the airport. But for some reason, the government has the TSA doing security at Trump rallies. So don't bring anything you can't bring on a plane. You won't have any problems. Ah, that's so sweet. Donald Trump running his mouth is what got us here. Where Hillary Clinton is actually scared out of her mind because she's losing with independents. She can't hold on to white women. She needs to have all of her little friends skew all the polls to even make it look like she has a chance. And she continues to be under investigation for perjury. So, let's do my Trump reason of the day, you guys. The water park was great. Thank you. I got a little sun. You can even see that. Trump reason of the day. Donald J. Trump, outsider. He's an outsider. He recently, in his recent speech, has come out and basically said, look, if the anti-Trump Republicans he takes that as a badge of honor that they do not support him. And you know why? Because they're the exact people who got us into this mess. They're the exact people who caved to Congress. They caved to Obama in the budget. They caved on Obamacare. They didn't hold the line on anything. This Republican Congress, we gave them power. How did Obama still get everything through even after they took control, allegedly? Because they have no spine and they're weak. So, frankly, if the spineless Republicans don't support Donald Trump, that is a badge of honor. It is a badge of honor to me because I want a candidate who can stick it to those guys who have been ruining the governmental process. Look, if we send the Democrats and they spend all our money, and then we send the Republicans and they don't stop the Democrats spending all our money and they keep spending money, who are we going to send? I know what we're going to send. We're going to send an outsider, and his name is Donald J. Trump. And we're going to get this shit straightened out. Pronto. 100%. Not even kidding you. You guys, let's do hotties. No, actually, it's not an embarrassment. It's not an embarrassment that Bush is... He says it's an embarrassment that the Bushes aren't supporting Trump. Bush is one of the most beloved Republican presidents in the history of Republican presidents. In modern times, at least. That's not embarrassing. That's... Thank you. Please stay home. Don't support me. I don't want your support. The Bush name is an albatross around the neck of any candidate. Let's do the hotties, you guys. This is a new Trump hottie. I love that she's very cute. Well, I'll just show you. See, she's this very cute girl. Super cute. Oh, you're super cute. But she's got her Made in the USA t-shirt. Because she's made in the USA. She loves Trump. She wants to make America great again. So she's the hottie. Absolutely the hottie of the day. Trump hottie of the day. I missed whatever you said because I was pointing out the hotties. And I can't read and turn the camera at the same time. So, I had a great time on vacation, you guys. I appreciate everybody who tuned in to the live show. She was pretty cute. I agree. We did do an on-the-road show. And we're going to do another show tomorrow. There's a lot of great speeches to listen to. If Donald Trump is on a teleprompter, you guys, make sure you catch that speech because that means it's important and what he's saying is meaningful. And as we move forward, Hillary Clinton has problems Problems, problems, problems. And it's not just his perjury issues. She's got problems with her polls. She's got problems with her speeches. She's trying to find somebody. This is the funniest part. She's trying to find somebody to play Trump and to practice debates. And I think they're going to get like Al Franken or somebody who could be funny. There's no way they can possibly predict what Donald Trump is going to do or say. So, we'll see how it goes. We're all looking forward to the debates on September. Debates start in September. I think September 9th, the 19th, we will have that schedule coming up. I'm excited for him. I bet you guys are too. So, follow me on Twitter, @Trumpetarian. Always, I follow everybody back if I can. If you're a Trump person, send me a message. I'll follow you back. Retweet the show. I'll follow you back. I follow back everybody who retweets. So that's what I try to do. TrumpTalkUS@gmail.com. If you retweet the show, yeah. If you retweet, I don't care. If haters want to retweet, that's fine. Because I'm happy to share the message with everyone. Because see, the media isn't giving you the message. So even if if you want to come on and listen to this, and haters want to come on and listen to this, that's fine. Or dissenters, whatever you want to call yourself. I appreciate you doing that because you're not getting real information from the media. So at least if you get a variety of information from me, from other sources, maybe you're going to get enough information to help you make a decision to support Donald Trump. And if not, at least you've learned and you put in some effort in the process. So you can also find our old shows, www.trumptalk.us. All of our back episodes, including our special editions, which have many of the policies. And now that Trump has done a couple of these policy speeches, we're going to do a few more special editions to update us on the policies, what has changed, what is different, what is the same from the beginning that Trump has been saying the whole time, which is a lot of it. All you people who are like, oh, Trump doesn't know what he's doing. So, this is our 80th episode, you guys, and we have like 82 more days. There's 82 more days that we need to keep working to elect Donald Trump. So I need you guys to get out there, share all of that negative Hillary information about everything she's ever done wrong. Let your friends know. Get involved in poll watching. You want to be a poll watcher. Get involved now. Get started on figuring out how to get that involved. They're going to try to prevent a lot of people from doing the poll watching thing, so they're going to make it hard to find out how to do it. So get started now. Now is the time to get started preparing to be there to make sure no shenanigans occur on election day. And if you can donate a little money to Donald Trump, great. He's starting ad buys in all of the battleground states, so he's going to continue to need to raise money as much as possible. So, and we'll see where it goes from there. Keep trumping, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with more Trumps, more facts, hopefully even more exciting news. But until then, thank y'all for tuning in. Yes, he does have that plan. You should read his plans, DonaldJTrump.com. In fact, everybody who wants to dissent, go read DonaldJTrump.com, positions, then come on here. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a good night, you guys.